Hello, my friends, and welcome to a first look at Dustland Delivery. It's a sort of first look. I did play about 3 hours of this game just to kind of get my bearings. These kind of games can be a bit dizzying at first, what with all the UI elements and resources to sift through, but anyways, the bearings have been gotten, so I can now give you folks a more clean, streamlined look at the game, and you can decide for yourself if you like to pick it up. So, what actually is this game? Well, it is a game by developer Neutron Star Studio. They say on Steam that this is a post-apocalyptic survival business simulator. So this is not a roguelike, actually, which is a little rarity for this channel, but it's more of like a survival crafting sort of shtick. You have this mobile base, this truck, and you're scouring the wastes. You're finding members of the crew to come join you. You're building a sort of trade empire, traveling from city to city, buying low, selling high, and all that, right? And completing quests and whatnot. So very, very cool. We will get into it, and I will do my best to do the game some justice. So main menu screen, not much to talk about here. Settings wise, just a couple of sound sliders. This is still very much an early access game. It just came out a couple days ago on November the 5th. You can pick it up on Steam for it's about like $8 Canadian right now, on sale for a little bit, 20% or so. So that's the deal. We will start a brand new game. You can choose between one of three locales right now. Well, one of two mainly. This is just a tutorial, and a fourth one coming soon. So we will just jump into the normal difficulty, just for the purposes of instruction. Okay, we're at the character creation screen. So, what to talk about here? This is your starter character, runner, and it will have a set of supplies and equipment, industrial relations, which is like standing with factions. Of course, these things kind of mean nothing to you, so you can kind of honestly just kind of go ahead without reading all this stuff. But if you'd like, you can also dip into a custom character right off the rip. This is something I had unlocked from the very beginning, so even when you just open the game for the first time, if you want to just make your own character, you can. And you can allocate scrap, which is like the game's currency, to buy additional supplies that you might want to start out with, maybe some equipment. There's some pets as well. You can grab yourself a couple cats if you'd like, augment your standing, and even work through your trait points, your standard RPG style trait points, right? They're mostly pretty intuitive. If you don't know what any of these mean, in game there'll be like a little button next to each of these parameters, and you'll be able to get a little tooltip about what that means. You can also select traits. These are kind of like your Darkest Dungeon style traits, right? There's like positive and negative ones. So when you encounter characters in the wild, like at a bar or whatever, and you want to recruit them, you might have to take into consideration they may have some negative traits as well. So there's a whole laundry list of these. I think it can be hideous. Others are much less likely to fall in love with this character and have a lower starting opinion of them. Hooking up with crew members reduces much less stress. Jesus, it just kept going. That's messed up. That's messed up. Also very relatable. Very relatable. Awkward. Conversations happen less often when this character is in your crew. God damn. I like a heavy drinker. I like how heavy drinker is a positive trait. Sobering up much faster. Anyway, you can have fun with these. Mix and match your hero. There's also these parameters on the top left, which I have not meddled with, admittedly. They're kind of like just, well, not necessarily different game modes, but they just add a little twist. So plague zones are kind of like infection zones. If I didn't make that clear, this is like a post-apocalyptic world, and there's like zombies. There's a combat in this game. There's like a lot of systems in this game, actually. So you can have fun with this. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time here, so we're just gonna go with the preset character right now. The only thing that you might not have unlocked right off the rip is choosing your truck. I think because I traveled a certain amount of miles in my first playthrough, I unlocked the ability to select my starting truck. Different load capacity and fuel use. So we'll just go with I believe, this is the basic truck, the middle of the road. So we're just going to stick with this for now, and we're just going to continue. Okay. And so it begins. Until today, you were just another ordinary Dustlander, a small-time merchant in Valleyville. It was a simple life, but a comfortable one, and you never saw the Dustland with the cynicism others seem to. Looking out into a vast world you had hardly set foot in, you saw opportunity and adventure, an unknown waiting to be known. One day, you decided you weren't going to waste any more time, and sold all your worldly possessions to buy a truck. You've just picked up your truck from a dealership outside the city, and now's the time to return to Valleyville to get the rest of your belongings. Let's hit the road. Okay, cool. I realized halfway through that I'm probably not going to read out everything for the purposes of this video, but just to give you guys a little bit of flavor for the world, okay? So we just, I don't know, we're selling everything. It's kind of romantic, right? We've all kind of thought about that. What if we just sold everything, bought an RV, and just kind of fucked off somewhere? I don't know, maybe. Don't do that. Don't do that without really thinking about it. Okay, what are we looking at here? A lot of things on your screen. Again, that's what I mean, like a little overwhelming at first, but I will break it all down for you. I think before I talk about the UI, let's talk about the game in context. Like, what are we trying to do? So I'm just gonna click this map button, and I'm gonna zoom all the way out here. So this is the world map. Okay, and there's all dotted with all these different cities and points of interests. These red and orange zones, these are the infection zones we were talking about earlier, so higher chance of being attacked in these zones. And then we have these sort of safe cities. So our first objective is simply to go into this town here, and you'll see over every point of interest here, we have all these things that we can look at. Services, you know, this town has a bar, a store, it deals in these items, and critically, actually, the main thing to take away is the city's needs and what it produces on the left here. So a big part of this game is simply just buying and selling. So the city needs water purifiers. I actually know that this bottom left city here, Reedville, sells water purifiers. It produces them. So we could go into Reedville, buy some water purifiers for a low price and sell them here, and that's how we can make a quick bank. So it's a very, very vanilla trade route that we can establish. Okay, of course we will expand the empire, look into different points of interest, have a trade route. We can go to landfills and explore. We can go hunting in the woods. The music's picking up. Check that out. That's pretty sick, huh? Anyway, okay, so that's the in a nutshell what we're doing. How should I talk about this? I guess I will go over the UI elements. Sorry, yeah, a lot of groundwork we have to set up, and then bear with me, we'll get rolling. Okay, so top left here, we have scrap. This is the currency of the world, but also critically, this takes up space in your inventory. Okay, so 1 scrap, 1 weight. So there is a way to convert it into credits here on the very right side here. You can trade scrap into credits at a bank for like a small handling fee, and credits don't take up any room on your trunk, or in your truck rather. So got currency, you got your fuel, you got water. The reason why this is a math equation is because it's fresh water and then wastewater. So of course you'd have to you can collect rainwater on your truck. You can then boil that water to make it you know, potable water, drinkable water. We have ammo, we have food, we have tires. You can actually check the tires, every individual tire on the truck. There's 10 of these bad boys. I believe the nice thing about this game, sorry, I'm jumping a little bit here, but it is a survival game, quote unquote, but at the very least, by default, you have these like auto eat, auto drink, auto swap tires turned on. So automatically, when your character gets low on food or whatever, they'll pop a ration in their mouth, right? So they won't just like go kaput without you knowing. So you do have to actually have that ration in your inventory. It's not free, but they'll at least, you know, quality of life, they'll do that automatically. Your tires will be swapped out automatically. If you don't want to do that, maybe a little bit more immersion, you can turn that off. Anyway, sorry. Back to the parameters on the top left here. Clout is kind of like it's like a reputation, but it's a resource. So you spend clout to trade favors with different factions. I don't know so much about the factions in this game, but yeah, that's like a little maybe more of an intermediary game system, I think. And then that's the credits I talked about. Okay, great. Infection and risk. So in certain areas, I kind of mentioned that you have a higher infection chance. And basically, while you're standing still, when I say standing still, there's no real-time progress. Like, my character has these parameters, hunger and thirst or whatever, but they're not ticking up right now. So you're kind of safe. What ticks up the time is like consuming actions, right? So if I were to set up camp here, it would take a certain amount of time to do that. And then my character's parameters would increase, right? And then by doing that also, because I'm just kind of stationed in, you know, butt naked in the middle of nowhere, the risk will increase. So every action will now have a dice roll to perhaps be attacked by zombies. So you want to kind of stay on the move, keep your risk at a low rate if possible. Okay. Bottom left, you have kind of terrain, weather and whatnot that can impact the way you drive, you know, impact your engine. You can get hot and cold. These are truck parameters, no issues with the truck, we're clean as a whistle, clean bill of health. You got the day, the time, horsepower, all that stuff, right? So I'm just kind of zooming through this because, you know, I don't want to get too much into the nitty gritty. And then crew stats. Okay, crew stats. I mentioned earlier that you can kind of tap one of these little buttons here if you wanted to see a little tooltip about what each of these things mean. You can drink and you can eat. What are we? We're happy. Equipment. Oh, equipment I should actually put on because I believe our starting character comes equipped with a variety of, yeah, starter gear and whatnot. Oh, we got a pet. Spend rations to train the pet. There you go. Very good. My name is Hesh. That's randomly generated. That's Hesh. I am attracted to the ladies, and I'm also an ex-racer, driving speed 10%. Very cool. You can see opinions will also be on the right as well. And then, of course, the 4 parameters that you need to manage here. Okay, so yeah, lots to look at, but hopefully I kind of made it somewhat digestible. So enough dilly-dallying, we will now set on the road, and our first objective is simply to go to the neighboring city. So we actually have to chart. You can see I'm right-clicking on the map here, and I'm setting up kind of like on your Google Maps, you know, you're setting up pit stops, and you're charting your destination. So the driving will happen automatically, but you're charting the destination yourself. So I can maybe, you know, I can want to go to this city, and this will all happen automatically. And then while I drive, set out here, I can do whatever I want. I can check the map. I can see in real time that I'm moving. Oh, and then there's like a little instruction here. So I'm not going to read everything here. This is basically just saying that you can hire new crew members at the bar. Makes sense. Very good. On the bottom right here, you can see your task list that will fill up as you progress through the game. You can see real-time parameters on the bottom left and the bottom middle here as well. Okay, and we're arriving at the city. We've inherited 2 land deeds basically in Taranis and Starlight City, gathering dust for a long time. So this is the main quest of this map. I think the hard map has like an entirely different main quest line or whatever, right? So, but this is for the normal map. We have these 2 birthright deeds, and if we look on the map, I know, yeah, okay, it tells you, it marks them immediately. We have these 2 cities. Okay, this is the main town. How are we doing, by the way? We're doing okay? We're doing all right? I never know if I'm doing too fast or too slow, but I guess you're on YouTube, so you can always pause and slow it down and take a break. But hopefully this cadence is okay. Anyway, main city time. What to take a look at here? So you don't have to worry about like the idle, you know, the engine running idle or anything. Like I say, you can like take your hands off the keyboard and relax. It's not like a true survival in the sense that the meters are always ticking up, right? Only by clicking on actions and committing to actions does the time progress. Okay, so we can go and pop into the inn here. The inn is kind of equivalent to setting camp out in the wild world. I don't think we need to do anything here. There's like a restaurant, there's like a kitchen. You can cook stuff. Like I've never even touched, I've never even seen you know, some of these menus. So I'm kind of doing this off the cuff as I always do, right? So we're just kind of learning some stuff for the first time. So you can throw in some salt and pork. I don't know, cook up some salt pork, whatever. Oh, the bar we can talk about. This is a very important bit of kit here. So this is where you will gain information. This is where you will collect bounties, do side quests, buy some resources, and recruit members into your truck as well. So you can interact with people. This is just a thing. There's like robots in this game. There's all sorts of weird folks here from all walks of life. So some people you will run into again in other towns. So like it says here that I know this person, but not very well. And maybe, you know, after we buy a drink with them, maybe we can argue with them, whatever, and then we can see them in the next town over. So we can flirt with them as well. We can try to recruit them right off the rip. So a lot of things to do, you know. There's not a lot of hand holding. There's like a little tutorial that's you know, somewhere, and then the game just jumps you in here, and there's like a lot of stuff. Go to the bathroom? Nobody's drunk, you don't need the bathroom. Okay, I've never clicked that before. Okay, labor market. Okay, yeah. So I want to see if we can, what happens if I try to slow duration? Okay, so regardless of whether or not I try to or even attempting rather to recruit will lower the relations of the faction as well. But I believe if there is a, is there a higher icon? Yeah, okay, there's no higher icon here. Some of these will have deliveries. Client wants paint buckets to Crude Town, difficulty easy. These are time tasked. So these are side quests. These are kind of like errands that you can run. So you can locate where this is at. It's this purple town here. It wants us to make a simple delivery. So we can accumulate multiple deliveries, stack them on top of our main quest, and be very efficient in our routing, right? So we might do just that, actually. So why don't we... I don't think there's any downside of, like, failing. We can just, like, grab a couple tasks. Oh, there is one quote-unquote downside. The item that I have to deliver, it is a physical item that takes space in my inventory. Yeah, these paint buckets. So they weigh a ton, actually. So that's kind of the limiter. I can't just accept all the quests willy-nilly. That's that. There's a store. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the store. This is a big proponent of the game. So the whole point is that we're trying to make money, or make bank. There's a main story of as I attended to, but really it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, you can do the main story, but you can also kind of just like screw off and do whatever you want and just like focus on building your truck, building your reputation, collecting resources, right? So if we go into the store here, you'll see the green items are items that this city produces in abundance, and red items are items that are scarce and this city desperately needs. You can also sort by those two parameters here. Very important on the top right, I missed this when I first started playing, but this is how much scrap the city has. So when you're buying and selling from the city, you're actually taking from their pool of resources. So you can't just, even if you have the money to buy out everything or sell out everything, the city also has to have the money too, and they'll of course accrue money over time when you come back to the city. So let's see, as by example, let's see if we can work a trade route here. So we're going to Crude Town anyway. This city requires fruit and rubber and tires. I know, yeah, Reedville has fruit, so we can do already. There's like a little link I'm building in my head, right? So we can grab a bunch of fruit from here and give it to Crude Town. But what about from here to here? Is there anything else we can do? They need flour, cloth, tea, mushrooms. Oh, produces flour. Yeah, you kind of just have to eyeball it. I don't think there's a way to easily, you just really just have to go through the ledger and eyeball it. So I see that there's a link in flour here. And so why don't we, simple as that, why don't we just grab a bunch of flour? Actually, well, let's do things smartly. So before you spend all your scrap on something, it's important to identify and make sure you have enough fuel to get going. You know, you have, maybe you want to spend some money on like an inn first, and make sure you're ready to set out into the world. So of course we just started, so we're pretty well to do on all that stuff, so I don't have to worry too much. But let's see if we can buy out flour. And then interesting about this game is that you know, it's kind of like, you know, real life economy, where like the more you buy something, it actually, the base price will fluctuate here, and it'll change, and other people will be buying and selling too. So the unit price you can see adjusting in real time. The base price, this is like the average market rate of flour, is 25. And right now I'm getting a bargain deal. So as long as I'm buying flour kind of within this range per unit, I'm getting a good bang for my buck. And actually, because we're selling flour to a city that needs a lot of flour, you can even dip into the red here, where it's like, it's a little bit higher than base price, but I'm sure that the city that we're going to be selling it to, we're going to be selling it for higher than 26 too. So I don't know all the rates, of course, I just started, but I'm sure, you know, people have mapped it out. You can chart it out, you can write it down somewhere, and you can find some more efficient ways to do it. So honestly, I'm monkey brain. I'm just going to go 99 this and just buy everything I can. So, oh, by the way, I clicked bargain instead of confirm, by the way. I don't know if there's any downside to trying bargain. It's like a success rate. And of course, the better your speech is, the more success you can have in haggling. So, I've just been clicking bargain instead of confirm, because it's like, why not just try it, you know? Try bargaining. Save a pretty penny. Okay, so it's important to identify that we have the actual flour. We have 99 units of this flour. It's in our inventory. And then we have scrap in the inventory. There is also, what else? Before we leave, anything else? There's a library. You can research blueprints. Yeah, check this out. There's like a whole, there's like tech trees. I can research blueprints for the truck. You know, I can grab melee weapons. I can grab guns. There's a parts system. I can add, you know, I can add parts to the truck as well. This is where we also save our game proper. Repair shop to repair and upgrade the truck. We can increase our storage, tire durability, all this stuff you can get lost into. Radio. Oh, this is cool too. You can, like, you know, pay 30 minutes of your time, look at the market reports. Hey, there's a food shortage in Reedville. Flour stocks are running low. Hey, we knew that. I think sometimes it tells you some things you don't know, but we actually knew that. This is literally what we saw. So the only thing that costed us was 30 minutes. So, you know, that's no skin off our back. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let me grab a sip of water because I've just been yapping. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Anything else? Okay, let's just get on the road. And then on the way there, why don't we hit the supply cache? So we can, let me reset my routing. Let's just go and travel. And we're on the road. We're just on the road. Not much to do here. You can just keep an eye on your parameters. If there's anything that pops up, oh, you'll know. Yeah, it's raining now. There's bad weather, so we're a little bit slower. You know, there'll be inclement weather. There'll be various events that will happen on your travels as well. We can see the forecast here. In 3 hours, heavy rain. Oh. Okay. I think sometimes you can, like, admire the moon or whatever at certain times of day. Oh, we're here. Supply cache is as good as new. After all, what kind of maniac would go digging in the dirt out in the Dustlands? 500 scrap. Quick as you like. Easy 500 scrap. Also, yeah, so I can stop at any time, and then I have a variety of things to work with. So I can set up camp. Actually, why don't we just do that now? Let me just set up camp here, so that takes time. Look at that, it's very poetic here, setting up camp in the pouring rain. I don't know how this fire is staying lit. Don't ask me that. We can go to the campground. We can party. We can hook up here. Yeah, we can have relations with other crew members. Kitchen. We can start a fire. What else can we do? We can sleep. See, check our fatigue. So if a character is fatigued, they cannot drive. That's why it's really nice to have like a co-pilot. By default, you can have 4 crew members, and you can get up to 8 with additional upgrades later on. So nice to have a second pilot, so you can always swap them out, and you can change the driver of the truck, so you can manage your fatigue a little bit better. So while we're here, why don't we just get some shut-eye, pass the time a little bit. It's still raining, right? That's what the forecast said, right? It'd still be raining, but we at least reduced our fatigue, and we are pretty much, for all intents and purposes, ready to go. Oh, this is the collect rainwater as well that we can grab if we would like. All kinds of things we can do here. We can repair while we're on the road. But also, critically, because we spent some time sleeping, notice that the risk sort of creeped up here. So now it's only 4%, but if I were to keep doing things stationed here, there's always a risk that we'll be attacked. So let's pack up and move. There's no reason to stick around. On our way to Reedsville. Oh, your engine was too cold and has stalled. Uh-oh. It's snowing out. It's snowing? It was just raining. And your engine's too cold to start. What will you do? If you don't have any wastewater, you can turn purified water into wastewater via the crafting panel. So we can just try to start it out vanilla for 20 minutes. We can try to defrost it. We can try to heat it up. Step outside for a smoke. Like, all right, I need a minute. Okay, let me see here. Time passed 30 minutes. Requires water. This requires fuel, but less water. Okay. Time I don't mind paying. Let's just try to defrost the engine. Lost wastewater times 10. Okay. Not too bad. I think we're okay. How much wastewater do we have? 40. Okay. Easy to come by. The screen kind of gets splotchy here as the risk goes up, by the way. That's why the screen looks like this. It's like a sort of infection. Okay. So all sorts of random events that will keep you on your toes there. You can honk the horn. Oh, shit. I think honking the horn increases your risk factor, by the way. Crashed airplane. Do some recon. We don't have enough focus. I don't know. We'll just approach. You had a good time with the airplane camp event. Simpler travelers. Okay. I can rob them. Yeah, there's kind of like a Paragon Renegade sort of thing, right? Where it's like you have a virtue system and like, you know, it's how good you are. And some cities have like a virtue requirement where like you need to be this good. You must be this tall to ride kind of thing. So, you know, something to consider. Something to consider. I'm always like such a goody two-shoes in these kind of games. Like I'm the type of person, I can't say mean things to NPCs in video games. Like I'm that guy. Like I can't be mean to people. I'm too nice. It's not in my soul, you know? Okay, we're in Reedsville. Small pond in the middle of town. Okay. Lush with reeds, so it's aptly named. Fellow trucker, you folks also couriers? I got a shipment here for the next town over, but my trailer is full up. Could you do me a huge favor and deliver it for me? Sure. Why not? Nothing too complicated. Deliver these tanks of fuel over to the town next door. Okay. A little suspicious. But, listen, I trust everybody until they give me a reason not to trust them. So, we just got a bunch of extra fuel. I guess we could, like, turn and run, huh, with the fuel? All sorts of, moral decisions that you could make, I suppose. If it is, if your conscience will allow it. Okay, why did we come here? We came here because we wanted to do 2 things. We want to sell our flour, we want to grab fruit, and we want to make our way to Crude Town. And then double dip. We're going to sell the fruit, and then we're going to deliver the fuel, and it's going to be great. And we're going to deliver the paint. So, already, you know, building out our trade empire. We can, like, work, set up a stall. Like, I don't even know, you know, stall permits and all that. A lot of stuff you can do that I haven't even dabbled into. I want to just kind of write the course and at least focus on a general gameplay loop for you guys. You know, I just want to give a general landscape. And then if you're interested, you can always dabble with all the stuff on the side, okay? So, the bar is here again. You can say, hey, you want to buy your junk? Oh, they don't like us. Never mind. What about you? Hey, buy some stuff. Why not? Buy some leather. I don't know. I'm just clicking stuff. Oh, hire. Oh, forget it. Okay, I could drink with them, but I don't think you if your character is drunk, they can't do anything. They can't drive or they can't fight. So I'm pretty sure I'd be stranded if I drink with someone now. I'd have to have at least someone else who could take the wheel. So I can't do that right now. Hey, Mystic, apparently we saw this person before. So that's what I mean, like, they'll just be hopping from town to town. Okay, sorry. Let us go to the store. Let us... What do we came here to do? We came here to sell our flowers. Check this out, baby. They're selling for 50 a pop. That's crazy. We're making crazy money. Now we're making crazy money up to... so check the unit price, right? Base price is 25. So around here, right? That's when you start making profit. So you can try to upsell them a little bit. A trader from the faction interrupts you. They're planning to sell the same goods ahead of you. Will you let them go ahead of you? Agreeing will improve relations with this faction. So I can improve relations, but also I'll probably get cheated out of my money, right? Because they're selling before me. That's all I got, man. I gotta make the bank. I'm sorry. I don't want to be... Upsell, fail, flower... Okay, so there's no downside to trying upselling. That's what I was testing. Oh, and I got my speech improved. So I feel like I should always just try, you know? And I'll get better and better at doing it. Look at that. We made a bunch of scrap. And then now... we can buy fruit. And yeah, I'll just take your whole stock. Take your whole stock. Make sure our fuel is good. I don't know what like the good fuel amount is to have. You know, in like FTL, you always like want to have like 15 fuel. People like to say usually like 15 fuel is like a safe fuel amount. You'll figure out what that is later on. But right now I think we're sitting cozy. Actually, I think it tells you have enough fuel for 9,800 kilometers. So that's like, oh, that's plenty. I can travel. I can do laps around the world with this much fuel. Well, then again, some of that fuel is not ours. Some of that fuel is from the quest. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. I'm gonna click on these people. Just like buy stuff from these guys. This feels like a scam. You guys like click on people in the foreground. If you got any wounded crew members, send them my way. I charge a reasonable fee for my services. Back alley doctor. What the? There's all sorts of shady characters hanging around here. All right, cool. Okay, so we grabbed our stuff, right? We grabbed our did we? Sorry, I'm getting lost. Yeah, truck, fruit, right? Fruit. I'd be a terrible businessman. I'm like, did we grab the fruit? No. Okay, all that is good, and scrap is good. Tasks, Okay, everything is right as rain. How's the driver looking? We're thirsty, but we will automatically drink when we need to, no problem. Reset. And I don't think we can take a straight shot. Yeah, it'll stop here. So this is a situation where like these mountains, we can't drive through them. There's various types of terrains. Like swamp, we can't camp and we can't draw water, you know? And then we have like some other mountains which have like impact on our integrity of the truck, right? There's HP impact. So we have to be careful how we path. Oh, we can... Why don't we path like this? Go to the landfill? This is a situation where like you can kind of like... You're like, you know, digging around in the landfill, and you keep digging, you're looking for scraps, and then if you stay too long, you can get attacked, so... I want to, like, get attacked, and I want to run, just because I want to see the zombies. Oh, the guy who asked you to deliver to this field didn't even leave his contact info. A sinister thought crosses your mind. Intrusive thought alert. Well, we should keep our word. Reputation is everything as a merchant, and we got virtue +1 because we're goody two-shoes. I can't be burning my bridges as an aspiring merchant. Play it nice, play it nice. You've arrived in El Tufo landfill. Oh yeah, baby, I'm searching. I can search hastily or carefully. Haste, quick. Wow, look at that. And now our risk has increased. We'll do it again. I'm gonna do it again until we're attacked, then I'm gonna try to run. Holy shit, I'm making bank. Oh god, it's raining like crazy. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. High risk. Your risk is very high right now. I don't care. I'm doing it. Oh my, I've never seen the screen look like this. They don't want me to be here. Ah! You were attacked. The enemy caused your crew to panic. Enemy attack, 27 to 70. What's my attack? I don't think it's very high. So you can fight. It's like a... If I fight, I feel like I'm going to lose the game. Well, actually, here's the thing. I feel like this is a good place to end the video. I might as well, like, show you guys what a fight looks like. Which I've only been in once, and I'm pretty sure I left. Okay. What am I looking at here? This is like a bird's eye view. My truck is here. When you end turn, the zombie's going to move, and it's going to hop between these pillars. As it gets closer, my accuracy gets higher, so I can wait to take the shot. Once it gets here, I can throw things at it. Once it gets here, I can melee it. I know that when you melee things, if your attack is too low, you can get wounded, and then you'll fucking die and bleed out. And lose the game. Oh, but that's what that back alley doctor was for, right? Also, it's nighttime, so our accuracy is halved. Ah, so you like end turn. Oh yeah, like hops forward. Oh, the music, the boo 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 boo. Anyway, we're not gonna make it out here. So you can, I think, yeah, we have a very high chance to leave as long as we have fuel to burn, which is the reason why I was here as long as I was, because I was pretty confident that I could leave. Our screen is blotchy as heck. Okay, we'll get to the town and then we'll end the video, I think. That's a good place to end. I just wanted to like show you what that looked like. So, you know, you can gear up a little bit more before you start to explore the landfills too much. Oh, another airplane? Our risk is also pretty high. Let's just keep moving. Let's just keep moving. We already know what that is. This basic event. But yeah, that's the general landscape of the game, right? Like I'm only really showcasing the bare bones here. Oh, the guy is here. I knew I could trust you. We're all peers. I actually need only half the fuel. The rest of it is your reward. Ah, look at that, dude. And we got relations. We're virtuous. We got the scrap. We got the payday, bro. Looking good. Looking good. And then here, well, there's a slave trader. Like every town has all these kind of things, right? So lots going on. Lots going on. But this is the game. This is really just the game, right? So you can. It's a very chill game, you know. Again, because there's no like real-time things to worry about, you can watch a podcast on the side, do whatever, right? And just kind of roam around, you know, catch a vibe, trade some fruit, have a good time, upgrade your truck, you know. I wish I had more time. I would grab some friends on the crew too, maybe have them have some relations, perhaps. You can get busy with it yourself if you choose. But anyway, I think that's it for me. Hopefully this was a good overview. What's our time at? It's like half an hour, whatever, half an hour. That's a good time window, I think. If you have questions about this game, please feel free to leave down below. Again, always, this is just impromptu. I'm just kind of rambling. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff. If the stuff you want to know about in particular, I will do my best to answer it. And yeah, that's it. Great looking little game. It's on Steam. It's at $8.39 Canadian, 20% sale. Grab it while it's hot. Great little piece. Okay, have some fun with it. That's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care.